distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all invited guests. In the last several months, a major part of my attention as president has been devoted to solving the energy challenges facing our nation.
Yes.
The growth in our economy is spurring a phenomenal increase in the demand for electric power.
Okay.
Also, as the sub-Saharan African country outside South Africa with the highest electricity connectivity, which is currently estimated at about 75%, demand for domestic, commercial, and industrial energy is experiencing a geometric increase. With an average GDP growth per annum of 8%, Ghana's demand for energy is estimated to be growing at somewhere between 7% and 10% per annum. This obliges us to put in at least 200 megawatts of power into our national grid each year if we are to stay ahead of the growth in demand for electric supply. The disruption of gas supply from the West African gas pipeline exposed how fragile our power supply system has been. I am working not only to end the current load shedding that is causing discomfort to Ghanaians, but also to ensure that Ghana enjoys energy security over the next 20 years. As a result, I am determined to put enough generation into the system over the next several years that by the grace of God I remain president of this country. In order to ensure that Ghana not only produces enough power to feed herself, but even becomes a net exporter of power, feeding into the West African power pool for supply to other power deficient West African neighbors. Today I'm happy to switch on the first power of the Bui hydroelectric dam, which will bring on stream an additional 133 megawatts to our national grid, while we continue to work towards bringing on stream the entire 400 megawatts by the close of this year. Let me explain that this is not the official commissioning of the Bui hydropower project. This event represents just the switch on of first power from this plant. The official commissioning of the Bui power project will take place sometime before the end of this year. I do not intend to speak much, as this is not yet the official commissioning, but this event offers me a unique opportunity to pay tribute to all my predecessors, especially to the vision of our first president, Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, who took the initial steps towards the development of this project, and also to President John Mahama for prioritizing and accelerating work on this project. This project is yet another illustration of how much we can achieve together if we all put the nation and the good people of our country over and above partisan politics. Permit me to also express government's deepest appreciation and gratitude to the chiefs and people of the catchment area of the Bui hydroelectric project for your cooperation and support during the resettlement of persons affected by the project. The chief executive has paid glowing tribute to that effect already. The dam and the benefits it brings to investment and development in our country is the fruit of your sacrifices and your endurance. And so on behalf of Ghanaians, I say Ayiko to all the chiefs and people of this area. Ghana is most grateful to you all, and I wish to assure you all that the government will ensure that all outstanding issues relating to resettlement, compensation, and other matters are addressed. Ladies and gentlemen, while the completion of the Bui project is a very good reason to rejoice, it does not suggest an end to our energy challenges. We still have a lot of work to do in the short, medium, and long term in order to completely arrest the problems and eliminate the impediments in supply of electricity to our people. Ultimately, Ghana's energy security is dependent on producing and processing our own gas reserves. I have taken a personal interest in the Ghana Gas Project and have asked for regular briefings on the project, on the progress of the project. I am convinced that the end of year target that has been set for bringing our own gas on stream is realizable. Production of our own gas will create reliability and cost effectiveness in our power production. With the completion of a pilot 2-megawatt solar plant by VRA in Navrongo in the Upper East region, we are poised also to see a significant addition of renewable energy into our power mix. I'm told discussions are also advancing for an independent power producer to put ultimately an additional 400 megawatts of solar power into the national grid at Kusovu in the northern region. While increasing generation, we have also been investing in building a strong transmission grid to evacuate power in a more efficient manner. Today, I'm happy to announce that in line with our commitments to improve power supply, we will, starting from today, put into operation a 161 kilovolt substation at Kintampo, and I am supposed to be in Kintampo later this afternoon to commission this particular substation built by Gridco. The Kintampo substation will integrate the power from Bui into the national grid. As I stated in my State of the Nation address early this year, government remains committed to increase investments in new and renewable energy resources and the application of state-of-the-art technologies, not only to increase efficiency, but to also safeguard our environment. For many developing countries, an increase in gross domestic product, GDP, is accompanied by growth in energy consumption per capita. As I said, Ghana's current energy challenges are as a direct result of an expansion in the economy and growing demand by our population for power. My current goal is therefore to work towards more than doubling our installed generation capacity to 5,000 megawatts by the year 2016. Ladies and gentlemen, from the work that we started in 2009, I am happy to note that our current installed generation capacity has increased from 1,810 megawatts to 2,576 megawatts. The energy sector is awash with many opportunities for investment, and government intends to attain the 5,000 megawatt goal working in partnership with the private sector. Nananom, ladies and gentlemen, the Bui Hydro project is a very special project. It will contribute to the reliability of our electric supply system. The greater part of the civil works have been completed, while other outstanding works are ongoing to ensure that the project is completed on schedule by the end of this year.